Hello, everybody. Let's hope this works. I am using an alternate source this time, so bear with me while things try to get going. We'll be watching Osmosos Jones. I'd like to thank the 75 people, I believe it was, who voted overwhelmingly for this one. I'll try to get all this going. Yeah, hey, this is actually working. Hey, Gorilla. And hey, Mikey. Yeah, I'm using Restream now, so it seems to be working. Yeah, Gorilla, check the Twitter group. It has a link because I'm not using StreamYard. This is something called Restream, Gorilla. Give me 2 more seconds to get all this going. Oh, can't join on the road. Okay, Gorilla. Headed to Spirit Lake to get Minnie's glasses fixed. Oh. Okay. But let's get this movie started then. This is Osmosis Jones from 2001, I believe. Oh yeah, those different hot dog videos Gorilla had yesterday. Some of those are some pretty unusual things. I think the monkey should be insulted. Yeah, you can use the diet. Yeah, probably a little more than high. Some artist mac and cheese hot dogs. That's probably the least disgusting of the ones I saw on your channel, Gorilla. Hey, he beat the monkey. And he's gonna eat it. Oh, God. Hey, Basco, welcome. And I do need to put the Cosmo link in this new one, don't I? Let's see if I can. Hey, Teague. I don't know if you can hear me. Surprisingly, this is the first time I've used the Restream. Oh, no, you can't unmute. I don't know how to do that. I know you're unmuted on my side, Teague. See if I do this. No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't know where the control is for you, Teague, except for on the bottom left of your icon. See if you need help. Yeah. Restream has a help feature built in. Why is it turned down? I guess gear icon in the studio to select audio tab. Wow, he can't handle 4 steps. Back inside Frank. It's not bad animation for 2001. Yeah, Mikey, we're still here. Just minor technical difficulties. Hopefully, you can still hear me. And if you want to watch along, Mikey, it is pinned right now. Ouch. Oh, okay, Mikey. Yeah, he did okay. Nothing groundbreaking. I don't think he really had too much experience with voiceover work. It's something I think he should have tried a little bit more often. Mayor Bill Shatner. Yeah, icky, gross scenes. Find out this all in Bill Murray's body. Yeah, eating an egg that was in a monkey's mouth and on the ground. That's pretty disgusting. Yeah, but I don't think Frank's ass is the right place for that message. Yeah, this seems to be a good backup. Not exactly as user friendly as StreamYard, but it works. Well, it works mostly. Teague was having some trouble with the audio. Chicken leg. Uh, oh yeah, I need to send you the restream. Keep forgetting you're not in this group. What do you have planned? Yeah, check your ex, Mikey. Hey, Dad Man Walking. Welcome. Yeah, I had to give up on StreamYard. I'm using Restream right now. A little puppy germ. Okay, let's see if this works. Hey, Mikey, can you hear
Hey,
me?
what's up? Yeah, I can
Hey,
hear
it's
you.
working.
Yeah, totally. Hey, all right. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, we
So
got it.
yeah, you seen this movie before?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I'll hang with you here and we'll watch it again.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, we found out it's all about Bill Murray. Yeah, so can you hear me while the movie's running?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, totally cool. Yeah, I also have Restream. I don't. I don't always get it. Ah, there you are, T. I see him in the private chat.
Yeah.
Don't you love technology? Man, I tell you. Hey, T, there
So,
you are.
can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, we can
totally
hear you
can hear
now.
you now, man. Yeah, cool.
I just didn't like computer number one. What the fuck? Hi, guys.
Yeah, hey, what's up?
Hey, glad I got it working.
Yeah. Well, Restream's like one of those, children that you have to like kind of coddle and try to, mess with a little bit until they
Yeah.
start, bawling and crying and doing all stuff, start to work, and then you're like, okay, cool. Yeah. I found that out with Restream myself. But yeah,
Yeah, sometimes you just
it's
gotta
kind of
ball up give them the back of your hand till they work.
yeah, exactly. It's weird because it does kind of go like slower, and I could tell in like the feedback when I was coming through, like it just it tells you it takes a little bit longer, but as long as it's working, I mean, oh, there's Dad, man. She's looking at other options. Yeah, uh, you might want to tell her just to go ahead and do restream.io, man. Get it for yourself. Yeah. See, I can even run private chat. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's a good backup to StreamYard.
Yeah, that's why I have it on my shortcuts too. I have it besides StreamYard. So if StreamYard messes up totally, I got it covered. It's good to know though because I've got, like I said, because I've got Suzanne's whole birthday celebration set up for StreamYard tomorrow, and I'm like, God, I hope it works.
Ah, the real star of the movie shows up.
Yeah, the Drixamal. Dun, dun, dun.
You know what? Could you throw the link in there again? Hello, Gorilla.
Cosme.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anywhere. Any old place. I'm searching around.
let's see. It'll be in the links.
And
I
The
see
that's
it.
expert.
I see it.
Yeah.
okay, cool. Yeah, that's David Hyde Pierce as the drug,
Yeah.
the Drixenol.
I don't know
Yeah, I
why
do
I
remember
can't
this film.
spool
I'd seen it, but it's cool. It's not all bad. I mean, I think that David Hyde Pierce is a little irritating, but I don't know. He voices the thing well, I guess.
He certainly does a better job than Chris Rock.
Yes, Chris Rock's voice has always been irritating and annoying, but David Hyde Pierce, for the few moments he's in this, is not too bad. I call it like a crossover between Frasier and SNL.
I know what this is, but I'm trying to summon the name.
Osmosis Jones.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think
What?
it's. Is this Chris Rock or was this that Chris Tucker, Chris Rock
No,
like mash?
It's
Wait,
Chris
hold.
Rock.
it's Chris Rock. And The Drixenol drug is voiced by David Hyde Pierce.
How could he still be alive?
I
He
don't
was
know.
like 80 years old in 1980. Oh wait, I'm thinking of Wilfred Hyde White.
Yeah, yeah, you're thinking the older
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, no, this is the one. You know,
I know he
Kelsey
is.
Grammer that played Kelsey Grammer's brother in Frasier. He's the voice of Drixenol.
All right, there was this black actor who was kind of a mashup of Chris Rock and Chris Tucker, which sounds really ridiculous, and it is. But that guy had like 5 minutes of fame in like 1998 to 2000. It was like you couldn't make a movie without him. If you watch movies outside that window, you will not see him. But I think he's in this or it's a sequel because there's another one of these things, but might have gone straight to video.
He might have been the guy they got for the series.
Yeah,
Two
he's
season
really
cartoon series.
maybe he's a super familiar guy. He's been in a million fucking things in like a bit part. I think he's even in the Time Machine movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about now. I think is Orlando Jones.
The fuck's his? There you go. There you go.
Orlando Jones. Yeah, yeah.
He should have been Osmosos Jones. He has. I kept thinking OJ. OJ. Why am I thinking of OJ? Why am I thinking of OJ? And that's why. And fuck you, Orlando Jones, with your non-first name, last name, first name. Fuck you. The name Orlando Jones confuses me.
Yeah.
He would have been better at this part than Chris Rock. Chris
Yeah,
Rock was a good.
I could think of a lot of other actors that could have voiced
Rock
this
is phoning
better
in
than
his Chris Tucker imitation, in my opinion.
Yeah, a poor.
He's hoping he wants the money, but he's kind of hoping people won't know it's him.
Yeah, right. Hey, hey, Resoluer, who voices the germ that says "I'm contagious"?
That's a good question.
I could look it up.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne. There it is.
Yeah, he's the primary germ.
Right. He plays Thrax. Chris Rock is Osmosis. William Shatner is Mayor Fleming. David I. Pierce is Drix. Brandy Norwood, Brandy, plays Leah. Ron Howard is Tom Kalanick. Kid Rock is Kidney Rock. Joe C. is Kidney Rock. His friend. Uncle Cracker is Kidney Rock. And Jonathan Adams is an additional character voice. Then they've also got Eddie Barf in there. Well, he's passed away now. Sally Ann Brooks.
Didn't that one guy just die? Isn't that one guy the guy from fucking Whitey Ford Sings the Blues? Isn't that who Uncle Cracker is?
No. Uncle Cracker is what's that damn song he sings? All the secrets just for you.
I think he's dead as well.
Oh yeah, he might have died. I don't know. Antonio Fargas. I see some other names in here. Anne Lockhart. Wow, she does a voice. That's June Lockhart's daughter, man. Wow. Sherry Lynn is in here too.
She was in BSG1.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing I can think of she's ever done.
That's right. Battlestar Galactica.
Name any other show she's been in, please.
Yeah.
Someone help me out here. It's almost like
Uh,
she's irrelevant.
and Lockhart. Huh.
One episode of TJ Hooker at best.
Yeah. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, New Love American Style, Diagnosis Murder, Battlestar Galactica, The Hardy Boys Nancy Drew Mysteries. She was in all that.
Nancy fucking Drew. Talk about quality TV.
Yeah, she's best known for her role as Lieutenant Sheba in the Battlestar Galactica series. She was also Officer
Came
Kathy
on in the
Mulligan.
middle of the only season.
Yeah, she also
She's
was
in
in
6 episodes of live action TV total.
Oh yeah, remember she was in Buck Rogers, man, 25th Century. I remember that episode.
She made the rounds of fucking third tier fucking 80s sci-fi TV.
Yeah, yeah. I do admit I like Lawrence Fishburne's Thrax.
Yeah, he had talent for voice work.
He does. I think he's really good. Oh boy, here's the live
Think about
action.
how long he's been at it. Wow, this is an old movie. Look at Bill Murray.
Look at Chris Elliott. Yikes.
Chris Elliott looks more or less the same, but Bill Murray is 5,000% different than this. He looks like an angry old version of Santa Claus now.
Yeah.
Emphasis
Yeah,
on
he's a good
angry.
40 pounds light. He's a good 40 pounds lighter in this.
And he shrank like 2 inches. He's lost every stitch of hair. He's grown a homeless man beard. He looks totally different now.
Hey T, I saw Chris Elliott in we just got the special edition DVD of The Abyss, with Mary Elizabeth Master Antonio and Ed Harris. And Chris Elliott
Right.
looked nothing like he looks right there. I mean, he was like all clean shaven and crap. I don't know why James Cameron ever got him for the film, but yeah, he looks different now. And now he's having more problems. Yeah.
I think that Chris Elliott's greatest achievement was giving us the masterpiece movie Cabin Boy. Just absolutely brilliant on several levels. One of the
That's the
finest
only
films
thing I
ever
can
made.
remember him for.
He was a regular on David Letterman. He was a Letterman writer.
I really
I
never
like
watched
that.
Letterman.
No cilia, no cytoplasm, no service.
He was able to do slightly weird, awkward humor that you might consider in the style of someone like Adam Sandler. But like, you know how Adam Sandler sometimes flubs it and the joke doesn't work? Like Chris Elliott was able to be awkward, weird, and obscure while always sticking the landing. It was never too obscure. It was never too weird. It never relied only on gross factor. Like he wrote some pretty fucking good jokes. He was Letterman's biggest joke writer for a while.
That's probably why I never really heard of him outside of Cabin Boy. Not a Letterman fan.
The nose.
They didn't do a half bad job designing this bad guy.
Oh man.
Well, that's disgusting.
Yeah, that was very disgusting.
This is such a weird animation take.
Yeah.
Well, this did come
That's
out in
for 2001.
right. Well, yeah, for 2001 with the transition between live action and animation. I mean, this is as far as they advanced was with this thing. So
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just talking
Uh,
out of my butt there.
the cartoon is actually a lot better animated. It goes just for the 2D animation.
Yeah, no, it's animated okay. What I'm saying is like artistically, I think it kind of a little bit sucks. Like the conceptual, like the artist's vision. Like he realized what he wanted to do. He's cool and all, but
Oh, okay.
I don't know how much I like his vision. How's that sound?
Well, it's quite complex and yet not as enjoyable as like say older stuff, older animation stuff.
You kind
Say
of
like
lost me
anything.
again.
See who
I would
actually
say
did
like
this.
I would say like anything before 1980, and when animation was actually enjoyable and you could follow it. But then you had all these, you know, brand new creations of CGI infecting animation, and there might be
After
some success.
1980,
Yeah. Well, okay, after
if you say
2000.
so.
Well, I'm just saying, for my opinion, I enjoyed animation up to about 1980, and then it just kind of changed. Wasn't all that good after that. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, that's just me. And then
Oh, unfortunately, this is from Warner Brothers Animation.
yeah. Okay, now we get to hear Shatner.
His voice is familiar. Where do these germs live? Like on a moldy piece of bread? Are they inside someone's body?
They're inside Bill Murray.
They're
They're
inside
inside
Bill
Bill
Murray.
Murray.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, while I was struggling with the technical thing, I missed that. I like this character. He looks like shit, but he's cool.
Yeah, it's a
Well, when
very
you,
good likeness of the voice actor.
yeah. Well, when you have a name like Mayor Fleming, Plegming, yeah, I guess Shatner had to come up with something.
I had a pretty good idea of what's going on with the name. It seems like this is the story of having COVID.
No, this virus is actually a problem.
If your governor's stupid enough, believe me, COVID was a problem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, not accounting for human retardation.
A Vietnam War worth of casualties here due to idiocy. In 3 months.
Yeah, it's almost like he was trying to kill old people.
It's strange that he hasn't been charged. I'm not on my show, so I could say something political. I never liked that motherfucker, to quote Tony Montana. And I never voted for him.
I'm sure most
Yeah.
of the state of New York agrees with you.
He benefited from the stupidest, most idiotic opposition at every level. On the primary level, his fucking opposition was fucking the chick from Sex and the City. And none of the relevant ones. It was the one no one cared about. On the governor level, he was opposed by a wacky madman who walked around screaming with a baseball bat. Like that was ever going to work. The lowest turnout elections of all time produced that fucking idiot. I blame everybody for that guy.
Well, Teague, you'll be interested to know that William Shatner was nominated for what they called an Annie Award. That's an animation award for outstanding individual achievement for voice acting by a male performer in an animated feature production.
He's got the greatest speaking voice of any actor of all time. He deserved it. He should have won it easily. I hope he won it. And you know what? Anyone else winning it would have been a disgrace and shown the award itself to be a joke.
Yeah. Well, the Farrelly brothers that made this movie at the Montreal Comedy Festival, Just for Laughs, they won. This was the Just for Laughs award from the Farrelly brothers that made this film. Oh God, the stomach.
Oh, this is a bad part.
Yeah. She's from SNL also.
It's Molly Shannon.
Yeah, Molly Shannon. Yes. She's the one that does the cheerleader, right? Superstar. I actually did like her that character in the SNL that she played. Then they brought her
It's
back.
not.
They had her.
She wasn't a cheerleader. She was just a
Well,
Catholic school chick.
I know, but it was funny the way she dressed up like that.
Because she was 40, it was sort of funny.
Yeah. Oh, let's see.
I don't like this part of this movie too much.
Yeah, too many SNL people in this.
And they run the gamut from good SNL to SNL people you ran away from in horror.
Yeah. Only. Did you guys know that all the filming locations were in Plymouth, Massachusetts? The elementary school was called Nathaniel Morton Elementary School, and then all the live action exteriors were filmed all around Plymouth, Massachusetts. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. That's cool.
I guess Chris Rock and Bill Murray were able to call in some favors to get bit parts.
Yeah.
Bill Murray has been floating the economy of Boston for 15 years with his drinking. They were like, yeah, we'll let you do whatever the fuck you want. He comes here 4 weekends a year and leaves behind $1 million. Just do what the man says.
So yeah, Brandy, the singer and the actress, Brandy Norwood, is like I said, is Mirzade Leah. But in one part of it, he says her real name instead of Leah. Right around the well, we'll wait till you guys hear it. And they left it in. Oh my God! You mean the population of the city of Frank has wow? Okay, billion, trillion, quadrillion, quintillion, sextillion, septillion. Okay.
I think this would have looked better if they just went with the convertible.
Yeah.
The lopsided roof doesn't really have a comedy angle, and it just looks weird.
So this is the actual population inside Frank. All the cells and everything. It's 78 septillion, 899 sextillion, 293 quintillion, 934 quadrillion, 872 trillion, 302 billion, 829,287,438. Yeah, try to say all that 3 times fast. That's just insane. Well, I think Kid Rock called in some favors to be the voice of a Kidney Rock in this too. Yikes.
I think 2001 was a very simple time. Only 99 types of wings.
Yeah. Hey, now who played who?
Sure, charm. I guess
God, I
that's
mean,
what he
look at him
calls charm.
now. Yeah, God, that you know what? I just want to be honest here. There are so many misreadings of what would be funny. They have not sticked one joke. Every comic opportunity has been well. There goes the COVID. Every comic opportunity has been sort of botched, like you said with the car.
Yeah.
It was like there's a couple of ways they could have gone with it. They could have gone with something that made sense. They just they stretched out over their skis and tried to make a joke where there was none. And it sucked.
Yeah. It's a lot like 2000s SNL. They had the idea, but there's just they don't have the
Failed in
talent to follow
execution
through.
every single fucking time. Yeah. Horatio Sands is not around doing stuff anymore, or comedy clubs, or known or relevant for a fucking reason. Where's Adam Sandler's success since Carrie Fisher died? Turns out she was funny, and he is just an actor in her movies.
Yeah. M. Sandler was never funny. If you're
Phil
on
Hartman was
in the
really
early
funny.
90s, there wasn't a lot of talent to go around.
It was so bad that they carved two movies out of Wayne's World because that was actually funny compared to the other garbage on there. SNL goes through decade-long slumps. It was funny for 4 years. It sucks for 2 years. Then it was funny again for 7 or 8 years. And that was 27 years ago. And it's been pretty fucking horrible almost every time ever since.
I don't think it's been watchable since probably 1980.
It goes. There was moments with Phil Hartman, but he's not around to entertain us anymore. Sadly, he's the
Phil
'90s. Phil
Hartman didn't
Hartman.
really. He didn't fit into the rest of them. Is
No, his
why he
skits
was.
stood
Why
out.
was he there?
He was always
Like
in
he
skits
was
by
slumming
himself too. His skits were isolated and alone, like Unfrozen Caveman Lawyer.
Hey T, what you think of SNL when Justin Timberlake became permanent to it?
I remember the episode where they gave him the jacket, and I remember turning it off because I hated every single person in the skit. And I was like, "Wow, this show actually does suck." And so do most of the hosts.
Yeah,
Like
I
Christopher
agree.
Walken, it's is there anybody else in Queens you could have found except the guy with the weirdest fucking diction in the world?
Okay, that's suspicious.
In fact, if you want to go with the people who hosted SNL 5 times, I think everyone in that group from Queens needs to leave Queens. Paul Simon is nobody but Mr. Carrie Fisher. And that's in the past. Now he's Mr. Mr. Edie Brickell. No one gives a fuck about him.
All right.
Brilliant in disguise.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's Joe C and Kid Rock as Kidney Rock. Oh man, now that's just wrong. That's,
How did they get the Twisted Brown Trucker Band to be in this movie?
like I said,
This
I think that Kid Rock called in some favors.
oh no, this would have to count as public service work or something for one of their
Guys,
probations.
As poorly as it reflects on music in our society, at one point, and it was about the year 2000, Kid Rock was actually relevant at this point. His half fall down pants, wife beater, unshaven, greasy goatee routine had gotten him married to Pamela Anderson for about 5 minutes when she was looking great, and people were like, "Wow, Kid Rock is really cool and talented." And, since then, he has managed to endorse both candidates in every election, finally settling on the winner a little bit after they win, saying that that's how he felt all along. So, that's Chris Rock for you. I'm sorry, that Kid Rock for you.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
Mommy.
Sci-Fi Mommy.
Hey, Sci-Fi Mommy. Now, I do admit, I think that they did draw and animate Fishburne really well. I really think that he goes with this role.
He has 31 years experience at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, this is bound to go well.
So war raging inside your body. Go home and get better, you fucking mess.
Oh, the actress that plays his is that his daughter, right? Elena Franklin. That's his daughter.
This is Molly Shannon.
Yeah, this
No,
one's
no, I know
Molly
that's
Shannon.
Molly,
The
but
daughter is.
the daughter is Elena Franklin. That's the actress.
Who? What? Who is she?
A little blonde girl.
The little blonde girl.
No, but I mean, who is she? Like, is she somehow famous? Is she Benjamin Franklin's like great granddaughter? I don't understand.
I can take a look at it for you there, Teague. I'm right here. Let's see.
Well, Mombi, we're doing okay, except for watching this movie, which is a little grosser than I remember.
Oh yeah.
At least it's not really stupid.
If you look up Elena on IMDb, she looks pretty good. She was born August 3rd, 1988. She's in New York City. Uh, so, yeah. So right now she's 36 years old.
It's a little old for me.
She was known for Osmosos Jones, Bully, which was in 2006, and The Roommate
Ben
in
Affleck.
2011. Yeah, she was in The Roommate. I remember that movie. And she was additional crew on Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in
In other
2001.
words, she stopped acting because that's just additional crew. Like, that's production.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
yeah.
She probably got married and had a kid.
She probably just needed to work for like 3 weeks between like her husband looking for a new job kind of thing, and so she took a job as crew.
So she got chosen because she was invited to play the role of Shane in Osmosis Jones after Peter Farrelly saw her in Michelle Ledden's award-winning Columbia University thesis films, Utilities.
I thought that she was a nepo hire.
And it says she graduated from the prestigious LaGuardia High School for the Performing Arts in New York City.
Yeah, I heard of it.
And in 1999, Elena and her partner Tyler Gerfine demonstrated the tango on Live with Regis and Kathy Lee as the tie-breaking duo that won the Rainbow competition for PS11. This annual New
Guys,
York City event was subsequently featured in the film Mad Hot Ballroom.
fascinating stuff.
And oh,
Just so everybody knows, as of Friday this week, everyone graduating from New York City high schools as of this Friday forward is guaranteed by our mayor to know how to read.
guaranteed.
Good luck with that. Did he say
Yeah.
which language?
No.
Oh, T, she went to singing. She's the lead singer of the band Reality Something. Elena is. And she's was traveling around the world for 3 weeks with British director Andrew Douglas. She made her first commercial at the age of 10, and with the crew, she was in the Merrill Lynch spot Human Achievement. She's seen the coming down of the Berlin Wall, the end of apartheid in South Africa, and the handover of Hong Kong. Nice. Yeah, she's done a lot in real life. Yeah, and she's a singer. That's cool. I like that.
That is.
Oh, that's just wrong.
This is like a weird YouTube rabbit hole of watching people break cysts.
Oh, that's just wrong. Oh. Thank you, baby.
I had to walk away from the screen and turn my microphone off for a while after that last quote joke. Does any joke in this fucking movie work?
We can only hope later on.
Bro, every time they've tried to do something funny, I've either been grossed out or just, I mean, this makes that TV show Fish Police look like Academy Award winning material that should be rebooted. Let's reboot Fish Police. Snorks. Let's bring back the Snorks. Aside from getting William Shatner a paycheck, this is weird.
Yeah, that's how 65% of 75 people voted for this. I don't know. Maybe they
Thank
did
you,
it at a
Gorilla.
spite. Yeah,
Well, and
that's why I
also,
think Gorilla isn't here today. He set it up for suffering.
canonical bombs. You know, and then the real problem was, I think first and second place were both Joe Biden. So we had to pick between 3 and 4 to see which one really won. So it was really close.
Yeah.
Does he tend to win all of your channel polls and just in the middle of the night a huge amount of votes show up for him, even though he's not in there?
Yeah, that does tend to pop up.
This is just the worst possible topic for humor while the entire country is at each other's throats over the Affordable Care Act and what they call Obamacare. We're going to do a movie about how funny it is to get sick. It's a financial nightmare that's being talked about all over the media at this point. Both candidates are running on this. Yeah, but both candidates ran on national health care. George Bush just never got around to it, remember?
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff George Bush never got around to.
Yeah, like finding out what the fuck really, like he was doing, what the fuck his excuse was for 9/11, that incompetent fucking asshole. This must be a fun movie to watch in the goddamn hospital, huh?
Well, it got a 6.3 out of 10 IMDb rating so far. and its popularity has gone up big time. So new people are probably discovering it.
Why?
That's a good question. I wish I knew too, Tate. I wish I knew, man. So she was only 13 when she did this film.
This is dark as fuck. We we just had a fucking a humorous ribalding take on how funny it is to be sick, and now we're talking about how somebody's mom died because they were sick, and the father has zero fucks to give,
Yep.
and lives in a disgusting man cave.
It's not Bill Murray's greatest achievement by far.
Oh, he's going to make a much worse movie called Ghostbusters 2016 that he's going to be in for a moment. But this is his most extensive, terrible role ever. Maybe. What like Al Franken really is the caliber of actor who should have been in this as far as comic value. Like you're not even using Bill Murray as Bill Murray. It's just there.
On top of everything, the music sucks.
Yeah.
This is from 2000.
Yeah, this came out in
2001.
2001.
This is like a meh movie from the most meh year ever until like the end of it. 2000 and most of 2001 were the most meh years ever. There was an election that no one gave a fuck about who won, that took 3 months to figure out, and no one gave a fuck.
This came out 1 month before 9/11.
Yeah.
But like the modern scam bullshit story was like alive and well. Like how many people, how many IT guys retired on the fucking fear of Y2K? I lost my grandfather to Y2K. It killed him stone dead. It's like January 2nd, 2 days after nothing happens, it comes out that 00 is 00 to computers and humans. They didn't think it was 1800. Oh my God. Y2K is the biggest fucking scam of all time. The IT guys came up with they're like, we've been watching mob movies and we could sell protection too.
Yeah. And what they use they found out on 9 or Y2K, they applied just 20 years later.
Yeah, right. And think about it. It's like, what's the sweetest overtime day ever? Christmas? No, I want that one. What's the next one? New Year's. Let's invent a scam about. All right, so all your computers with the double-digit date readouts, they're going to think that when 99 turns to 00, it's going to think it's 1500, and your computer is going to turn into a fucking Spanish galleon right in front of you. And we'll get to work all night on New Year's Eve that year, and we'll make like 14 weeks pay. Like, we'll charge everyone out the ass. It'll be a whole year of like, we won't do shit. We won't have to do shit.
I mean, we look back on it now and we're like, pretty much everyone's fears were unfounded.
Oh, he went through the wrong door.
Yep. Nightmare fuel.
Ugh. Those candied peanuts are worse than packing peanuts. I know how they ever caught on.
Yeah.
That was a horrifying joke.
That was supposed to be a joke.
Every single joke in this movie is fucked up and terrible. This movie's sick and weird.
Definitely weird.
There are too many people in the real world who really have cancer to make this fucking joke. If this joke isn't fucked up, how come if that joke's wrong, how come Gilbert Gottfried got fired for the joke about the tsunami then? Every joke should be funny, right? I mean, cancer's a fucking joke. Is it me, or did people just, like, for all of our disdain for people, maybe they've gotten more reasonable? Because this would never fly now. Like in Love and Thunder, everyone was disgusted that cancer was both a joke, a punchline, and an empowering, like, superpower. In this movie, it's like, did this movie at least fail?
Well, it's almost over, so. The suffering will end soon.
I picked the wrong day to stop sniffing glue.
Well, you can always start.
Oh, I've got several open containers of rubber cement, and I popped open some latex paint just to make sure I got it. I'm sorry, I meant oil-based paint.
Oh my God, Chris, put your fucking shirt back on.
Is this supposed to be a threat?
I swear, I think the Farrelly brothers were doing cocaine. This is so
At the
fucked
very
up.
least.
You're confusing the fuck
It
out
looks
of me. Are these
more
different?
like shrooms.
I'm confused as fuck. Are the Ferrulli brothers the Farrelly brothers? Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, the Farrelly brothers, Peter and Bobby, both did this film.
I've never heard it pronounced that way.
There we go.
Up to this point, all their movies are okay. They're annoying, but they do okay. Like Me, Myself, and Irene, I would not show to people at Gitmo, but it makes money.
See, Dumb and Dumber, there's something about Mary. Ugh.
Kingpin is the good one. Kingpin's real good.
Yeah.
But it's an outlier. There's something about Mary is real good too, but it's an outlier. Fever Pitch, is that the one with Brendan Fraser, or is that's the one with fucking Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fimmel or Jimmy
Fallon.
What's that douchebag's name? Yeah, the one who fucking the drunk one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the drunken fucking idiot. That movie sucks. Fuck the Red Sox. I don't know The Ringer.
Shallow Hal? No, it's
Heartbreak.
crap.
Shallow Hal was one of the worst movies I've ever seen, and it was
Oh my God! They produced the Three Stooges remake movie in 2012. That's sin enough to ban them from ever making television.
People celebrated the greatest beer run ever. Fuck that movie, glorifying the fun and joy of the Vietnam War. You can suck my ass at that one. That's one of the stupidest fucking ideas for a fun Vietnam. Let's have a fun fucking Vietnam movie. It was such a great time.
I still think a good Vietnam comedy you have to go back to Robin Williams with Good Morning Vietnam.
That movie could have been about any war, and when they did allude to the fact that there was the real war, they at least admitted that it totally sucked and was a horrible war.
Yeah, but it's still a good movie.
Right, but the greatest beer run ever, celebrating some douchebag who brought beer from California to fucking Vietnam, is a stupid fucking movie.
Yeah, that one's stupid.
Yeah, this writer's good movies are mistakes. He sucks. Or, I'm sorry, these brothers. Stick with the Coen brothers, ladies and gentlemen.
Now that's just gross. I mean, that's like real life Chris Rock kissing Brandy. That's just wrong.
Look
Absolutely
at
wrong.
look at the title of Dumb and Dumber 2. There was 3 different ways to make a joke out of Dumb and Dumber 2. They picked the only unfunny one that's not really a joke, spelling
Right.
it T-O.
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber T-O-O is slightly clever.
Uh-huh.
It's like this guy's afraid to be funny. He doesn't want to ruin his reputation. These guys don't want to ruin their reputation by having a good movie. They fucked up with Something About Mary and made a good movie.
That wasn't their fault. That Ben Stiller accidentally didn't fuck it up, and well, everyone was just there for the hot blonde.
Ben Stiller, who wants you to like him at that point, still wasn't an annoying fucking sanctimonious pain in the ass. Cameron Diaz was having a year, man. She looked fucking great. These guys are only their only contribution to popular culture is that they put her in like 2 or 3 straight movies as the lead. They understood a hot chick when they saw one. By the way, did you know that she's Cuban?
I did not.
Cuban people can be white. Shocker, everybody.
Oh, yeah, you have to cut the whole thing away. That's still a great death. And rum and alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah, they wasted all their time, money, and effort on the bad guy.
Hey, Teak, you should check out her band, Reality something. Elena Franklin.
No,
No?
don't care.
Okay.
I might not even watch the next movie Bill Murray's in after seeing this. Is the joke that NNN is ZZZ turned on its side? It's a snooze fest.
Yeah.
I'm looking for where the joke is in this movie that isn't funny at all. Like there are.
Oh my God, they're borrowing
It's a
from freaking
Titanic joke.
Titanic. Oh
Like,
shit!
just-
Oh, come on.
If they had never made Titanic, people still would have gotten that joke though.
Well, basically, Mayor Shatner. Gotta look at Mayor Shatner.
I'll give him credit. The Titanic joke was self-aware, but why?
I don't
And
know.
what about what's with this movie where everybody eats themselves to death with candy? Is they didn't have the courage to have them smoke fucking cigarettes or something? Who wrote this movie? Marlboro?
Well, I guess they wanted to keep it PG and not PG-13.
Yeah.
This is PG. Your second parent just died. The only two movies I can think of that are cartoons that are darker and more fucked up than this are Watership Downs and Secret of Nim.
Yeah. Oh, and Lord of the Flies.
I didn't see that one, but I'll say, like, at least Heavy Metal sometimes relented and made me laugh. This movie's been unrelenting darkness, and it's accidental, so it's even more disturbing.
Yeah.
Somebody worked on this for so many months. There were redrafts on this script. How?
Well, I guess you're an orphan now, Shane.
Bill Murray says yes to this piece of shit movie, and that just is enough to get it made.
Yep.
Well, I think he.
I
think
point
he
out that
used his
absolutely
name
no one.
card. Yeah, I think Bill Murray used his name card up by
He
this
didn't
time.
ask to be in this fucking movie. He was thrown a fucking giant bag of fucking money.
Absolutely.
Or he
No,
owed
no,
the Farrelly brothers a favor.
Yeah, he lost gambling to them or something, but I mean, he didn't wake up and is like, I want to be in a fucking tasteless cartoon that absolutely fucking sucks. It's my heart's desire. I'm gonna go start lobbying people. Bill Murray famously doesn't have a cell phone. He has a fucking fax machine, and he walks into the room where the fax machine is once a week, looks at the faxes, and answers one or none, depending upon whether or not he feels like taking any of the jobs offered to him. Maybe that's changed, but that was the story up till a couple of years ago.
Well, I wish he wouldn't have answered this fax.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is like real life Brandy and Chris Rock kissing. That's wrong. Absolutely wrong.
I don't give a shit. They're cartoons. The problem is it's couched inside of an absolutely fucking awful movie. No, I think all Bill Murray saw on this was $750,000 3 days work, and he's like, "Fuck, all right." And like, I have 14 lines of dialogue in this piece of garbage. And his agent was like, "You know this movie's terrible," and he's like, "I want the money," and he's like, "Yeah, it won't affect your career. Go ahead and do it. You're still the guy who made Stripes." He's like, "That's right."
And the original Ghostbusters, don't forget too.
Nah, we can riff off the names of like 7 different movies.
What about Bob?
He
was in What About
That's
Bob?
pushing it. That movie is pretty cringe.
Movie sucks.
I'm sorry. That was the first thing that popped in my head where I was like, Bill Murray, you're not the end all be all.
They made the same fucking movie with Robin Williams, the two. Like the same exact thing. Like sociopaths stalking their therapist to prove them they're wrong about the fact that sociopath is a sociopathic stalker.
God, he ended with a fart joke in live action? Holy crap.
Yep.
Damn, fuck.
I don't think Bill Murray's done anything good since 1990.
St. Vincent. Melissa McCarthy's in it and all, but she's not in it much. And it's mostly just about him bouncing back from a lot of trauma in life. And it's like a really late comeback from it. St. Vincent is okay. His performance is really good. The movie is a little over the top. It might be these same guys, but every once in a while, by mistake, they make a good movie. And he can rescue a terrible movie. He just didn't give a fuck about this one.
Yeah. But thankfully, it's over.
Yeah.
And it can never
If
hurt us
for
again.
some reason you liked what you saw or want to see a better version of it, the 2D animation series version of this, much better. It's
Yeah, I
still
give
think I'm
him-
mid
doing some of that.
2000s humor, but it's off of WB. The series is probably a grade or two better than this. I'd say this is at best a 3 out of 10.
This movie reaches too far. Like, it was like a weird concept. Then they threw in weird animation as far as, forget about any CGI or something like that they may have used to cheat with it. It was weird. It was weirder than The Simpsons. Their visualizations weren't cool. They were just bizarre. Everything was like bizarre in an unamusing way. Like, I don't know how everything was able to be so weird and different and yet so bland and boring at the same time, but they pulled it
Yeah.
off.
It reminds me a lot of Titan AE, the animation style.
Right,
Titan
right.
AE. Yeah, now there's a weird one. Yeah.
This actually, you know what this reminded me more of? A really poorly rendered video game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which rescues the story, right?
But-
The story
but
is
for two-
okay.
But for 2001, that would have been AAA rendering.
Well,
We're talking
My-
about a movie. We're talking about a year where the hit movie was Black Hawk Down, and only after it fails, and then there's an event that makes everyone want to see people shooting fucking terrorists. The rest bails out that movie. That's like the only movie I can think of that was in that movie was about to cycle out of theaters when what happened and saved that fucking piece of shit.
I would say, well, for me, I would say one of the better films of the situation that was going on over in Iraq and Afghanistan was definitely The Hurt Locker. That was a good film
It's not
to
bad.
me.
It's not bad.
It was good. It's decent. And I met the director, Catherine Bigelow. So, yeah, she's cool.
I like
Oh.
Near Dark better from her. Near Dark's her best movie.
Yeah, Near Dark is cool. Yeah. Well, that's where I met her. It was on the set of Near Dark. A buddy of mine was acting as an extra in the film, and we got to see that part where the truck blows up with Bill Paxton on it. Yeah, good stuff.
So the major blockbusters from 2001 were
Pearl Harbor.
Tomb Raider,
Tomb Raider.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tomb Raider
Lord
1
of
with
the-
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
Lord of the Rings,
Return of the
Yeah.
King?
Yeah,
Which one?
I know
Yes.
Fellowship.
No,
Wait,
no,
Fellowship of the
Fellowship
Ring
of the
was
Ring.
1999, though.
Wow.
Although this shit tends to be 1 year off, right? And the movies, all Fellowship movies were released in the second week of December. So they weren't from the year they were from. So, okay, I can believe that one.
Yeah, this film was being made.
And the
during year
highlight of the year,
Yeah.
Marky Mark's Planet of the Apes.
Oh
I
God!
remember-
Not Mark Wahlberg. Holy shit! No.
I remember sitting in that movie waiting for the movie to start to become cohesive and waiting and waiting.
And waiting.
And when I walked out of the movie
And didn't
trying
you
to
see Abe
Abraham
Lincoln.
Lincoln. Abe Lincoln,
Abraham Lincoln?
yeah, and that was a joke that they didn't even use. Where it was like everything about that movie was done wrong, and the studio knew it was a turd when they got it because the first thing they did, I knew there was a problem. And the very first thing they did was show you the apes right away, right up front, boom, 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 before the credits. I was like, huh?
I also have to say
That's definitely something they're gonna put on Cringe Stock when it returns.
That's one
yeah.
of the worst movies
I also
I've
have
ever
to say
seen.
that's not one of Helena Bonham Carter's most neat moments. I think it was pretty bad.
She sucks
she
in
looked great
everything.
in
What
the
movie is she
costume.
good in?
Well, I'm just saying.
She looked a
Tim
lot like
Burton's
Janet
wife.
Jackson, actually. In the words of Mark, to quote Marky Mark, she looked a lot like Janet Jackson. That was what he said.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg also claims that he was going to take one of the planes that took off the day after September 10th. In the early morning hours, one of the ones that went to a famous ending, claims
Yeah.
that he changed his mind and just decided to drive to LA. He stopped telling that story after a couple of weeks. I wonder why. A couple of people told really strange stories about that week. Lily Sobieski reminds me of someone who went away for her weird story about how she all tried to personalize that one.
Yeah, that was not a great time leading up and not a great time right after.
But it taught us a lot about celebrities. Does anyone really believe that Marky Mark decided he wanted to go on a 5-day fucking drive of 10-hour a day driving rather than hop on a fucking plane to go back to Boston? Get the fuck out of here. Show us your ticket.
Yeah, he doesn't. Even he doesn't believe it. But
I can't believe Seth MacFarlane speaks to him.
in his defense, I don't think Mark Wahlberg remembers anything from 1998 to probably 2018.
I saw him around New York City in the 1990s when he was famous just for being good looking and he was an underwear model. And I don't know what he's like now, and I won't criticize him overly for how he was then, but he was just a really rich young guy famous for being good looking, acting like a really rich young guy famous for being good looking. It was a little hard to stomach, but it was probably normal. I'm not going to gig him on that one. But since then, his behavior. If I had to hire a movie and they're like, we need someone like Mark Wahlberg, I'll be like, isn't Damon available? Don't they have the same accent and blonde hair? Don't they look exactly the same? Let's just get Damon. He's a little bit less of an asshole.
Have you ever eaten at any of their Wahlberg's restaurants?
I think his brother's a good actor, and I like his work. I don't know how great the show is, but every time I've seen Blue Bloods, he's okay in that, and he was really good in Band of Brothers. That guy has talent as an actor. I have no problem with him, and he's never told a crazy story that made me roll my eyes.
You're talking about Donnie, right?
He's fine. There's nothing wrong with Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah, no. I was just making sure because like I've never eaten at the Wahlberg's restaurant. Their place.
Isn't it like I believe it's something like 800 miles away, bro? It's in like New England. I live in New York City.
Right.
Yeah, it's in Boston.
It is in Boston. Yeah, I know.
It's like a 6-hour drive.
A 6-hour drive. Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't really get to Boston a lot. I have been there like twice in my life. It's okay, I guess. I have no issue with it. But, I don't like the Red Sox, and I won't even go to Yankee Red Sox games at Yankee Stadium because they always suck. Someone blows the other team out in the first inning, and that's the end of the game every single fucking time.
That's pretty pathetic.
They franchised.
I was at Aaron Boone's home run. Why would I ever bother to go to another Yankee Red Sox game? It's a waste of money. Costs too much.
It is expensive.
I can go see the minor league team up the street. They're called the Mets, and it's like 1/3 the price. And they play all the same team the Yankees do.
Yeah.
There is over 100 Wahlburgers in the United States. Holy crap, how did they get so many?
Check New York area. Well, think about it. They got paid.
100 now. Wow.
Think about this, though. They got paid to star in their own infomercial that was on every week after Pawn Stars. So that's part of your answer.
Well, there you go.
Your investor pitch infomercial was transmitted at pay. You paid to be in your own. You got paid to be in your own commercial.
Wow.
They have one location in New York City.
Where is it?
They do? Wow. They're pretty brave.
Where is it?
No one cares. Avenue, Upper East Side.
Oh, the East Side? Okay, dangerous people down there. Okay. That makes sense.
What's the physical address? It's a fucking public business. I don't give a shit. I'm wondering.
1633 2nd Avenue on the Upper East Side. According to eater.com.
Does it have a cross street? Because that doesn't sound, the East Side isn't as bad as it is random. It's random. The West Side has a better reputation, but I'm going to be honest. If you go up to triple digits or above, it gets weirder and weirder. By 108th Street, the West Side is really fucking whack.
Oh, that's 3 years old.
What happened to Mikey?
It says
There he is.
first Wahlburgers in New York is now open at Roosevelt Field in Garden City, New York. It's on.
You're not going to lose there. It's a Roosevelt Field is the maybe the biggest mall in America, if not one of the top 3 largest by volume malls in America. It's absolutely fucking huge. It keeps getting bigger, and it's pretty close to where Charles Lindbergh took off. But when Charles Lindbergh took off, most people thought that he was going to delete himself by mistake, so no one bothered to write down where he took off from, and no one fucking knows.
Yeah, it's surrounded by a Neiman Marcus, a Bloomingdale's, and a Nordstrom, and then across the freeway, which is the Meadowbrook Parkway, is Lowe's Home Improvement. Yeah, it says it's on 630 Old Country Road, FB 17 in Garden City, New York.
I grew up in that town.
Yeah. So that's where it is. The Wahlburgers. That's interesting.
Let me rephrase that for anyone who wants to try to find me. I grew up in a town in that area.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nassau County has 7 million. Well, no, probably 2 million, right? Because people now know I'm white and I'm male, until I decide to change my mind about that one, right? Because apparently I'm allowed to. But if I go to Scotland, maybe I'll dress as a chick to get like discounts and free drinks. I don't know. Like, honestly, like in Scotland, is it against the law to like say that to somebody because everyone dresses up as a chick on ladies' night? Like, is the drinker like sneaking down to like the pub with like a wig on? He's like, "Fuck it, I want me free drinks." I mean, I don't know.
Well, they're certainly drunk enough.
Could you imagine if it was the other way around and they had gentlemen's night where you could drink all the beer you wanted?
Well, they'd go out of business.
Well, it's called Monday Night Football, right? It's the worst night to drink of the week, so we'll incentivize the people that we know will drink anyway to come out for a bargain night of drinking. And now the weekend's suddenly imaginarily longer, and somehow Tuesday's just as bad or worse.
Yeah,
if
they're selling the out of stock beer, right? But it's the day after it expired. Okay, here's dollar beers for everybody.
Right, exactly.
And every the beer that's gone flat. Because I know I did a few Monday Night Footballs back in the day, and I know the beer was flat. That's not cold beer. I'm sorry. I mean, I know it's inexpensive, but back then. You're like, God damn, I guess we just have to drink whatever they give us, But
I didn't have experiences that bad, but my thought was this. If you keep banging in to work on Monday and coming in late on Monday, you're going to get fired. But your HR guy may not notice if it's always on Tuesday. At the end of the year, your HR guy looks and sees who doesn't show up on Fridays and Mondays and fires all those fucking people. But if you're an alcoholic and you can get it together enough to get to work on Mondays somehow, no matter how much of a wreck you are, you've got Monday Night Football, and then Tuesday you can take the weekend off and the day off or go in at lunchtime.
Yeah, by the way, Germ, I don't think I gave my score, but even when I first saw it, it's like, for me, it's always been a 2.5 out of 10, or in this case, a very low score out of 5. I gave it a really low C-. I almost gave it a
talk
D.
about the movie?
Yeah, about the movie. This my grade.
Do we have to?
Prefer we don't mention that movie ever again.
Can we not talk about the movie
that's
anymore?
All I want to say about that.
You know what? Yeah. I would rather spend this time talking about things like how you shouldn't throw plastic bags in the gutter so they don't end up in the river because people like to fish, or anything but that movie.
Yeah.
I would rather watch a 5-hour documentary on how that movie went so wrong and was so bad that didn't include any footage from the movie, like maybe a couple of stills. And I would just like narrated by Shatner himself. That I would pay like $25 to see that one. It's like how this terrible movie got made. It's like, then Bill Murray said yes, and things just got out of control from there.
Well, you could do a one man show with William Shatner, just live action instead of and forget the animation and yeah, I'd pay to see that.
I don't want Mr. Shatner to have to reperform any of this. But he was having a really big career renaissance. He was in a good movie that same year or close to it. There's two of them. The Miscongeniality duo of movies. He's in both of them, and he's fucking great in both of them. And that's when I realized that Sandra Bullock was actually cool, as well as being sort of good to look at. Because it's like, wow, when she finally got the chance to make her own movie after making every kind of puke-worthy, terrible movie like Hope Floats and other pieces of garbage like that. When she makes her own movie, one, it's pretty funny, and two, she hired William Shatner, so she's all right.
Well, she did really well in The Net. When she first, I guess
That's the stupidest movie ever made.
The Net.
The internet still can't do those things. The internet still can't do those things. She logs on to America Online, and her birth certificate, credit card, photographic likeness, fingerprints, fucking checking account, telephone number, her cell phone, her Gordon Gekko sized cell phone, and everything else somehow goes instantaneously across the hardwired internet, like in a blink of an eye.
Which she didn't even have on her computer at the time.
Whatever the fuck she was using. That movie was made by AOL to sell it then. They're like, this is what happens when you go on the internet and it's not us.
Well, the other one, I did see the one that, The Other Side. It was based on that true story of the guy that made it to the Baltimore Ravens, Michael Oher. Yeah, now that was a good film too. I like that.
I have no
idea.
And
I did love her.
You're talking.
Yeah.
You're talking about The Blind Side.
The Blind Side. Sorry. The Blind Side. Right.
Yeah, movies about people.
Yeah, it was good. And like I said, Murder by Numbers that she was in with Ryan Gosling. Yeah, good film. That movie. Murder by Numbers.
Movies that came out after Forrest Gump up until Tropic Thunder, featuring people with intellectual disabilities, were an easy Oscar win.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to see the movie about the person who wasn't quite that with it. Forrest Gump is an insult to everyone who jogs, everyone who's been in Vietnam, everyone who's ever fished. I mean, whatever he does, it's a fucking grave insult to people who learned how to walk, everyone who ever learned how to do that, people who own shoes, people who like chocolate.
Yeah.
Well, it's fitting. Tom Hanks is an insult to everyone who learned how to act.
Has anybody had a worse time than George Takei since the invention of Twitter than Tom Hanks? Stephen King, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah, King hasn't done too well for himself on Twitter.
You know what? I had a hint that there was something wrong mentally with Tom Hanks when I saw his Inside the Actor's Studio with canceled James Lipton, perv. Remember that guy? Weird-looking perv who got canceled? Yeah, James Lipton was like, what is your greatest performance? And the motherfucker said Turner and Hooch. I was like, it was the most self-important, stupid answer you could ever give that showed how intellectually vain and horrible he is. He was the most vain and horrible little man ever to say that. And then expanding on it in grandiose terms about how he got no help from the writer, director, or cast. Just destroying everybody, including the guy who trained the dog, as he just elevates himself to fucking Marlon Brando on steroids level, talking about this fucking horrible, unwatchable movie where he plays a douchebag who has a dog for a partner. It's like a worse version of Beethoven.
The dog is the star of that movie. Tom Hanks.
The dog, Hooch.
He might as well not have even been there.
Yeah.
This was before serious actor Tom Hanks, because serious actor Tom Hanks, quote unquote, as I'm waving my fingers in the air, serious actor Tom Hanks comes on the scene with horrible fucking movie Bonfire of the Vanities, where we get to see Melanie Griffith doing sexy shit with all her clothes on. It was kind of a real drag that way. And I mean a drag in the old-fashioned way, boring. She does a whole bunch of sexy stuff, but she never gets kind of naked, which is the reason to go see her do sexy stuff. Like otherwise, like I'll see someone else in a real role. But what did they? They run like Bonfire of the Vanities. They run down somebody and lie about it for the whole movie, and that's like it was like a one-note piece of garbage. And then Turner and Hooch comes next. So rather than admit that his career had like a setback, he's like, the brilliance I attained working in Turner and Hooch has, it's a dog with an animal co-star. I elevated my. It's like, my God, the guy sounds like he talked about like King Lear was my finest moment. But Patrick Stewart is not as big of an idiot as Tom Hanks.
Well, the dog probably gave him a lot of good pointers about acting. It's too bad he couldn't follow through.
I think what happened was a bunch of people all gave each other a very specific like mental disorder when they met each other, and it's George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, and Tom Hanks. Like they got dumber and dumber together. The first thing they did was like as they keep getting stupider and stupider, they latch on to plagiarist historian Stephen Ambrose, who writes like it's a novel because he steals from everybody else, and it got revealed before he died. They take part of his book and change just the names to make Saving Private Ryan and do things just a little bit different and like combine every good part of the book Band of Brothers and the book D-Day, and they just make this big Stephen Ambrose movie, and they celebrate him to like no end and start talking about how great he is until it comes out that he plagiarized most of every book. They walk away from him hard and try to like do other shit. And like The Pacific was bad, but had moments. Masters of the Air was bad, but redeems itself at the end. Greyhound's kind of okay. They just keep making the same movie about World War II with Tom in it. Or with Tom directing some of it, or writing.
Sorry, just trying my settings here. Okay, there we go. I was just working on my settings for a moment. Hey, did you see Castaway?
I guess it was good acting, even though I didn't particularly. That movie's a good concept, and he's a good actor in that movie. And Tom Hanks. Well, I'm sorry, Ron Howard does a great fucking job, but it's a one-time watch. It's like in the Schindler's List category. Was it a good movie? I liked it until the end when I was like, if I had only Helen Hunt to go home to, I never would have bothered getting off that island. She's fucking ugly.
While he's on the island, it's good. The rest of it is complete flatline.
The only thing to remark about that,
Helen Hunt is the type of person you don't want to be around or see on television.
Looks like she has bad breath. I'd rather date her sister Bonnie Hunt. They both have equally huge racks. Mad About You was the worst show ever. About Schmidt would have been a good movie. I'm sorry, As Good as It Gets would have been a good movie if anyone else had been in it but her. I don't know what it is about her. She's not just like a non-presence. She's like, she had a hot body, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe when she was in her early 20s, but
she had a hot body
from
for a while.
Mad About You after was when she was considered a quote-unquote star.
Yeah,
she is nothing to look at. She was
the poor man.
You're actually a woman.
I really think that should have stayed in TV. Honestly, myself.
I think she should have been a voice actor playing men.
Oh yeah, voice actor would be cool. Okay, yeah.
She had every weird thing. Helen Hunt had like a Cher like dude voice. It's like, hey, what's going on? You turn around and it's like either Cher or Helen Hunt.
Yeah.
Cher is still sexy. I don't get like Helen Hunt. Like she had a great body. They say. I mean, I guess from the neck down, she did look pretty good. She's dating freaking what's his name, Harry Shearer. That's just not jiving as two people who like the opposite sex at all to me. So there's something weird about her in sketch already. Not that she owed me an explanation, but just her story that no one asked for was weird. How's that for a way of putting it?
Yeah.
Like she seems like that Tom Hanks-ish need to have someone be married to you to just shut everyone up. That just like when Tom Hanks is single, he serial dates, and all we hear about this is the fact that he's dating. They did that for like a good 8 or 9 years before they just like, all right, Tom's a big enough star to forget about him jumping up on that couch and how weird he is.
Is Tom Hanks still married?
Tom Cruise. Yeah, he's only that's the one thing I'll give him. He's only ever been married to her, I think.
Yeah, read
it's like 35 years.
Oh yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah.
Is it Joe Bush versus the volcano or volunteers?
Joe versus the volcano is it's a good concept, but that's not a.
But which one are they in together? It's one or the other. He's in both.
I think it's volunteers you're thinking of there, T.
He gets in over his head, gambling like a madman, and pretends to be a charity worker because he has to get the fuck out of town, right?
Right.
Jumps
Yeah,
on a
that-
flight and says he's with
Yeah.
fucking Hands Across America or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know, Joe.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw that one. I saw Joe versus Volcano. That was
That was
okay, but
interesting.
not something you go to theaters for. That's something if it's on cable.
Yeah, it's something that belongs in cable hell, if that's possible. And they replayed it all the time. Jesus, please.
Because when a movie fails, the price to repay it is zero.
Right.
The cheap and then like there's a weird inverse to that too, is if you fail miserably and terribly, but at the same time the movie somehow really pulls out a huge win, that future poisons every single one of your movies. And my example to that would be Phantom Menace.
I wouldn't put Phantom Menace that far down. Oh, we got to end because Restream is about to cut us off. So,
Oh boy. It says here they met on the set of Bosom Buddies. Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson on the set of
In
the
one
Bosom
movie,
Buddies.
they might have met on the set of that.
Hey,
But I think the
quickly,
first
do
one movie.
30-second self promotion, and then we got to go.
Check out my channel. Go.
All right. Come on to Suzanne's birthday celebration stream. Hopefully, StreamYard will be working tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern.
All right. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. We'll see you next time.